Hey Fae folk, welcome back. So Monster High has just released a brand new G1 collector doll, which obviously means that I'm here to give you all of my thoughts and opinions on it, because that's what we do here on this channel. So before we get into anything, I do need to say that there is like a 99% chance that I'm going to end up accidentally mispronouncing this character's name and their monster type. It's not intentional, I just can't pronounce things sometimes. But if you remember Lenore Lumington, who was a G1 style collector doll, but like a brand new character, this is the second character in that series. I don't know what the series is technically called. That's my but she is a Filipina monster. Her monster type is the Manananggal, and her name is Corazon Marikit. So a little bit about the Manananggal, in case you don't know. I would say like the most defining trait of this monster is that the lower and upper halves of its body do disconnect. So at night, when it goes out to hunt, it will leave its legs somewhere, disconnect its torso, and the torso has wings, so it will fly through the night, hunt, feed, and then come back and reattach its legs in the morning, which is super interesting and again, relevant, which is very, very exciting. But before we can get into that, I obviously have to give the typical disclaimer that these are just my opinions. You're obviously free to disagree with me as long as we can be polite and chill about it in the comments down below. And then as far as like the technical information that might be important, as of time of filming, this doll is available for purchase on MattelCreations.com. She was revealed during the Mattel Creations Revealed event on the 6th, I think. I think that's correct. And like pretty much immediately went up for sale. So as of right now, she is still available. I cannot predict the future. I can only hope that she's still available by the time that this video goes up. And she does retail for 75 US dollars. But that's all of that out of the way. Now we get to talk about the exciting part. So normally when it comes to videos like this, I really only have to talk about aesthetics, or sometimes if it's like a collector doll, so there's like a movie reference, it will be like a little bit of discussion about how accurate or like how appropriate a adaptation it is. For this one though, we are going to be looking at the aesthetics last, and for lack of a better word, we're going to be looking at the gimmick first, which honestly might be the most exciting part about this doll, because she actually has a detachable torso. And I'm going to be honest, I did not think that Mattel and Monster High were going to do this. Like, I just didn't think that they would commit that hard, but they did, and I've never been happier to be wrong. I think this is so, so sick. So she has like a brand new body type where her torso disconnects from her legs, so it's very, very lore accurate. And I just think that's so wonderful to get to see, not only because it's insanely cool just from a collecting standpoint, like that's so unique and so interesting, but I also really appreciate that they cared enough to be accurate to the lore. This is probably a good time to say that I'm just like aggressively white and I'm not super, super educated on Filipino culture, so I can't speak to any of the accuracy or appropriateness or like anything like that of anything else on the doll, like the outfit, the shoes, all of that jazz. I can't speak to whether that's culturally appropriate or accurate, but I can tell you that her detaching torso is accurate to the lore of the monster type, and I just think that's so wonderful because again, it's super fun, but I do think that it shows a like certain level of respect, and I think it's really, really cool that they wanted to be accurate to the lore and they were willing to develop a new body type to be accurate to the lore. It's super, super sick. I really do think that that's genuinely amazing, and what's even cooler is they didn't just stop there, because they honestly could have, but they want to step further and designed this doll a special stand. So like obviously a detaching doll that like comes apart intentionally in two pieces, it's going to be kind of hard to maybe display on a typical Monster High stand. So they created a brand new one that has two clips, one for the bottom half and then one for the upper half. And on top of that, the upper half of the stand does like tilt back and forth, so you can sort of display her a little bit more disjointed. And so you can obviously see that she's disjointed. And again, I just think that's so, so wonderful to see. Like, it's such a level of ingenuity and it's such a level of detail. And I really genuinely appreciate that the team cared enough to do this. And I think that it looks absolutely amazing. So that's sort of the gimmick part, and personally what I think is the most exciting bit of this doll. Real quick, I'll just like flash the picture of the box on here. Y'all know I never really dwell on the box design because I'm an out-of-box collector. Like, I almost never care about how boxes look, but if you're someone who does care what boxes look like, I do think that this is a pretty nice box design. Like, I definitely would never call it ugly. I don't know if it's something that I would find pretty enough if I were going to buy this doll, because spoiler alert, I'm not buying this doll. I don't know if it was something that like I would want to keep bits and pieces of to sort of display her with. Hi, Reese, you're very screamy today. Are you okay? But if you are someone who really likes boxes and like packaging and all of that jazz, I do think that this is a nice box for display. But with that, we can sort of get into some of the details. So first, we're just going to take like a look at the sort of overall image of the doll where she's fully attached, so you can kind of see what the outfit would look like if you put her together. I do think it's very pretty. I like the fringe. I think especially when you do have her detached, it looks kind of cool to have the fringe on top just like floating aimlessly. I do think that looks really fun and really nice. I like the fabric that they chose for the rest of it. It looks like she has a little bit of detailing. I like can't think of a better word for that. I know there is one, but like detailing on the hems of her sleeves. She's got a poof sleeve, which y'all know I'm a huge sucker for. I just like the overall like design of the dress. I think is really, really pretty. Looking at her accessories too, I think that they're fairly nice. The shoes are kind of, I don't know, they're kind of just there to me. I feel like Monster High is known for their shoes, but they have been getting a little bit of pushback lately when it comes to the G1 collector dolls for just really overusing the object heel thing and maybe not always putting in the most thought to object heels. I definitely think that when it comes to object heels, oh, hi. She has never jumped up here by herself. I've always had to pick her up. Hi, baby. You are so pretty, aren't you? Sorry about that. Yeah, I think that as far as object heels go, this is a fairly well executed example. But other than that, I think the shoes are kind of just okay. That doesn't mean that they're terrible or like hideous or anything like that. I just don't think that they're necessarily remarkable, but also they're definitely not the star of the show when it comes to this doll. So I kind of get it. Then taking a look at her wings, this is really, really nice. These wings are like plastic for the boning, maybe is a good way to put that, but the panels in between are fabric and they are embroidered, which I think is such a nice level of detail. Because honestly, when I first saw images of this doll, I like didn't realize, because the first images we got weren't like of her detaching, so I didn't even know that she could detach at first, and I didn't know that she had embroidered wings, and so I was like, wow, this is a wildly expensive doll. Like $75 for this is crazy. But getting to see the wings and like the fact that they are fabric and embroidered, and then also getting to know that she does have a very special body type, a unique body type, and then a brand new stand, I actually do understand where like the $75 price point comes in there, which is not something I say often. Y'all know I frequently complain about doll prices here, but like I kind of get it now. Reese, you're smacking the mic, and I hope that that isn't bothersome for the lovely folks out there. She doesn't care at all. But yeah, I think that the wings look really, really nice. And then looking at her face, I think her face is so cute. And interestingly enough, I've noticed recently about myself that I don't necessarily always pay that much attention to face sculpts. Like I'll note them if they're kind of extraordinarily beautiful, but I feel like I don't know, I'm not like a face sculpt person. I'm not an expert at face sculpts. I feel like I don't look at them that much. But looking at her, I am seeing the face sculpt and I am liking what I'm seeing. I just think she looks so precious. The cheekbones and her little nose, and also the screening too. Like I love the double fangs on her mouth. She's just so precious. So you're probably wondering, Rain, you've been saying nothing but glowing remarks about this doll the entire video. You even said that you think the price is reasonable. Why aren't you buying her? And that's because I just don't think the color scheme is good. And that's like the one, genuinely the one negative thing that I have to say about this doll. I really like the like reds and yellows, like that sort of situation with the pop of that sort of greeny color. I love that for her outfit and her accessories. And then if you look at the doll separately, I do think this pink skin tone and then the black and purple hair is a really, really nice base doll. I do not think they go together whatsoever. I think that this doll genuinely looks like someone bought the doll nude and then put a different outfit on her. It doesn't feel cohesive to me. And I am sad to say that because, like, I think everything else about her is genuinely amazing. And if she were a slightly different color, I would have bought her in an instant. Like, I think she is so cool, so fun, so unique. I just cannot get past this color scheme. I feel like that might sound kind of petty to be like, oh, I don't want to buy this doll because of the color scheme. But it's really just one of those things where, like, even though I fully believe that the $75 is justified given the innovations that they had to come up with for this doll and like the details that you do get, I just can't justify spending $75 on a doll that I know every time I look at her, I'm going to see that like clashing color scheme, like in my perspective, clashing. And it's going to bother me. I want to love this doll so badly. Like I want her because I think she's so cool and so innovative. But I just know it wouldn't be like a wise spend of my money. But that being said, I completely get if y'all feel differently and if you think she's just beyond amazing. Like, if you guys love the color scheme, there's nothing else to critique about this doll to me. I think she's so fun, so cool, so unique. So I'm not buying her, but like, I do think she's genuinely amazing. I think that she's really, really fun. And if you do like her, I hope you are able to get her. Again, like, I don't know when this video goes up if she's still going to be in stock, but hopefully she is, so that you guys have the opportunity to buy her if you like. Obviously, I would love to hear all of your opinions in the comments down below, how you feel about the color scheme and the super, super cool gimmick, whether you want her or like you're thinking about it, just all of that jazz. Y'all know I love to hear what you guys think about these dolls, but that's going to be it for me for today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed my rambling. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night, or whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.